Oh, fuck. Ladies and fucking gentlemen, you're very welcome back to the User Hectic Podcast with me, your host, Justin Freeburn. This episode, we have one of my favourite comedians, good friend of mine. We have Jordan Robinson, one of the most hilarious people you'll ever see. You'll see him everywhere, he gigs everywhere. He's doing his own show on the 22nd of November in the Sunflower. It's called When Will Jordan Die? It'll be absolutely great. You can grab your fucking tickets for that. This guy's absolutely hilarious. Just fucking, let's get into it. Play a fucking intro. What is the crack with you anyway?
Oh, not bad. Here in Lurgan, second time this week.
Why were
I was recording Sean Haggerty's podcast this week.
Does he record in Lurgan?
Yeah, well, I don't know if this is trade secrets that I'm giving away, but
I thought he recorded
perhaps.
Perhaps.
I think he was just doing it from his house this one time, but no, it was good crack.
Oh, you recorded with Darren Matthews, didn't you?
I did, yes. Yeah.
How did that go?
It was fun. It was fun. I'm on this like big kind of, I don't know, tour of different people's podcasts trying to sell a show that I don't really want to do.
Thought it was special.
No, this is just my PR manager that has set this up. I want to say PR manager. It's me.
We were talking about that before with Luke McGibbon about how like to get gigs like abroad or whatever, you know, it's probably better to fake a talent agent.
Oh yeah. No, I shouldn't say this. I do that quite a lot. I've got a fake email address.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't feel ballsy enough to do it yet.
See,
like obviously, you know, you would see your face in libraries and stuff a lot. Like, so if anyone looks at any sort of like Northern Irish comedy, you'll probably pop up first. But,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. So yeah.
No, it's handy because like one of my friends actually like has all the login details, and she replies like a genuine manager would.
Really? Oh,
which it's just so handy for me. Like exactly, yeah. As per my last request or email or whatever. But me, I'd be like, "When's the gig, mate?" You know, just fucking cut the shit. Like,
it's just one of them fucking talent agents. I worked with the best. Jordan Robinson.
Loads of others. Wolf Harris.
Kieran Franco.
Imagine that triangle. That was weird.
Reginald D. Hunter.
Oh man, don't talk to me.
I know. How did that? I only seen that like the other day. Funny enough.
So yeah, that was good crack. Got the gig with Reginald D. Hunter.
Where was that?
It's in St. Mary's in Newcastle.
Like abroad or like across the pond or like just like
no Newcastle
Castle
County Down. Yeah. In the shadow of Castle Welland. Way to make everything sound more dour.
Reginald who?
But yeah, no, it was good crack. Sold out. It was it was. I talked about a bit about this on Sean's podcast as well about.
Sure, you all listen to this one.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I reckon you guys would have like a kind of cross contamination with.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like
in terms of listenership,
we get the same people listening to this, and I've said it before. It's the same 80 Smicks, and 79 of them have asked to be on it. So like, he's like, oh bro, I don't want to say too much because like I genuinely might get one of them on. So
I had someone follow me recently on Instagram that was selling counterfeit money.
Right.
And I'm like,
sorry,
God.
bro, I had to just do it.
And it's been a weird couple of days. Loads of drug dealers just started following me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like it's all like
after Sean.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things. And then when I was driving down here, I was driving through this town. I won't name it just to shame the place, but it was 100% ball and a hinge. And there was a dog in a balaclava. Someone had put a balaclava on their dog just walking about.
Jesus
It was the weird. And unless he had a face transplant, there's no reason why your dog should be wearing a balaclava.
It's fucking Rostiff. British Bulldog. I'm sure if it was in Ballyhinch, but I don't think it would have been.
It was weird. Like, that's a weird place. I like it, but I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like a crossbreed between like, you know, mutants and the most normal of people.
Oh
like,
yeah,
there's no in between with them.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest place you find in this country?
In this country?
Yeah. Like what's it like? Even just like gigs wise, where's the place you went and you've just been like the genetics need to change here?
I'm not getting into it.
Were you never going back? That's what...
Proper eugenics going like, hey, if there was a master race, it wasn't this one.
It wasn't Colinci.
It's one of those weird ones. I've never had a good gig in
Belfast.
I don't know, I just never have had a good gig. No, I haven't had a good gig in Armagh. I struggle in Armagh.
Really?
Which is weird.
The only time I've seen you in Armagh was when you opened for Mickey.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was one of the good ones.
Yeah, and that was like the whole, like, Mickey had a rough set that night. Not a rough set as in for him. I mean, like, the people in the crowd were like 90% from Lurgan, so they were just all like, Mickey, where's the toilet? And all, you know, like. They were mental that way, but I remember just sitting at the whole back row. There was a guy in the front row just on his phone the entire time and all. And holy shit, that was wild. But
great crack, yeah. I opened for Colin there a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
On his tour, and it was like the big like full room opened up, and there's like 500 people in there, and I was like, I'm going to open to maybe like half of that, if even.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a bit shit. Every single cunt was in their seat, ready.
Oh really?
And then Colin.
Oh, you were preparing the gig to like the people walking in still. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And when I went to gig, it was just like 100%. Maybe they can hear me at the back, but in no way could they see me if they had my eyesight. Like I couldn't even see the back of the room properly.
Fucking hell.
It's fucking weird. Like.
Yeah. Was that in the City Hotel?
City Hotel, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
I've also done the Marketplace. The worst ever gig I've done was in the Marketplace.
Yeah.
And to this day, I can't explain it. I think it was it was one of the councils down south. It was like Dundalk City Council or something like that, was putting on a dry January gig in 2020.
No. Wait.
It was literally, and it was sold out, and it was full.
Holy shit. In January as
well?
Yeah,
it was me, McKegney, McCartney, Robbie McShane, and William Thompson.
That was supposed to be the lineup for that.
That Ulster Hall show, yeah, that never happened.
The one that we do not speak of.
But yeah, it just boggles my mind that even McCartney, who's you know king of the cultures, got nothing. Like it's one of those weird ones.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Like I can't imagine McCartney doing bad anywhere.
I
haven't seen I've seen him. Every time I see him, he's usually either opening for someone or he's just doing one of the clubs once a year. You know, he's weird that he does his own comedy club now, doesn't he?
Yeah, Pat's down in Enniskillen.
Have you done that yet?
Yeah, it's good.
How'd you find that?
Yeah, it was good. I went on the first night and there was Diona was on in front of me, and then she brings me on. And as soon as I get up to walk on stage, I'm not joking, like nearly like 10 people just get up to go to the toilet.
Really?
I was like, I haven't opened my mouth yet. How do you know I'm Protestant, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And they all just fucking filed out. But it was actually, I had a great time. It's a nice wee club. Like I played there before when McCartney put like a kind of like a, I don't know, like not a solo show, but like a one-off kind of thing there a couple of years ago. Like, but yeah, it was a good crack.
Oh, have you ever had any other experiences? Have you ever had like one of someone just completely walking out on you? Like, you know, someone that's just been completely disgusted with something you say? Because I know sometimes you can be a bit edgy or dark. You know, for the kids' show jokes.
Yeah, well, yeah, 100%. I will never be on CBBS. But no, I've had people come up and say that I have been ill-reared. Quite a lot of times. It would be the older folk around about the Protestant areas of County Down that say that.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, like, I've had some people who just 100% don't find me funny and are quite vocal about it.
Yeah.
Number one being my mum. Very vocal about it.
She's your biggest critic. It's always the ones who are like the most like vocal about it are the ones who don't like it. It's never someone coming up and like being, you know, like in the off chance, you know, or the odd case someone does come up, but like it's always some cunt who doesn't like you will tell you that they don't like you before someone who liked you will tell you that they like you.
Yeah, true. The negative emotions are a lot more free-flowing than all the positive ones.
Hate can move mountains, that's what they say.
100%. Yeah, no, it's kind of weird, but like, as I said, I've never had a Jim Jeffries moment yet where...
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I remember doing that. I was on the same stage. Me and William were doing King Gong.
Right.
This was fucking...
Where's that?
Our first year, Manchester, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Both of us got the gig on the stage where Jim Jeffries got punched by some Irish guy, ironically.
Funny enough.
And William should have won that night because it was down to 3 of us, me, William, and this other guy from Dublin called Iman.
Right.
And
Black Irish comic.
And what was it? Yeah, me and William got through, and then we went out at the break, and William smoked the biggest joint I've seen one individual smoke in one go. And I genuinely, because like at the end, it's like a cheer off kind of thing where, you know, they say your name, you walk forward, and the loudest cheer, you know, goes through.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think William would have won if he didn't get like ridiculously stoned, because they called his name and he was just like,
he's like, William, you're up.
just starts doing his set again.
He's like, fuck me, deja vu. But I know William. We did that gig in Derry together, and he drove down.
Oh, the Ulster University one?
Unreal.
Oh, was it good?
Like, one of the best gigs I've done to date. It filled out. I'd say it got some maybe 7 or 80 people in it. And because I did the first Belfast one as well, 30 people, and 14 of them were my friends, you know. So, and it was weird as hell. But then that one was class, big massive stage and all in it, and Ashley McCallion runs that. But yeah, and William was driving down, and like Adam Byrne was in the back seat, the fucking madman. He turns around and goes, William, this is a weird question, but I have a wee Scooby-Doo woman here. Do you want to like smoke on the way back? And I was like, please get me home first. Don't let these people drive with me while they're fucking stoned. Like, yeah. Yeah,
it's one of those things where, yeah, William's not the best driver at the best of times. You definitely don't want to be in the car with him when he's stoned.
90% of the motorway on the fucking like line, you know. So.
Yeah, if any of members of the PSNI are listening, this is satire, and we don't mean any of this.
Who's Tellium Wampson we're talking about? But yeah, no, it was weird. Have you had any like experiences like outside of gigs, or like driving to gigs, or anything that's been like gig related that's just been like completely like mental? Should have probably asked you these beforehand so you had something prepped. But
something mental.
Yeah, like something where you've been like, fucking hell, remember that gig, remember that cunt did this, blah blah blah, you know.
No, not really. I've been in a couple of car crashes before gigs, and then still
comedians can't drive for shit.
No. I wasn't to blame. I'm a very competent driver. It's the people that crashed into me. Yeah, no. There's this one time I was doing Kill Your Darlings, and the car didn't get rode off, but it was like. It was touch and go for a while. Right. And the guy came out of the car and he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And it was like a genuine mistake. I wasn't that annoyed about it. Well, I was annoyed about it, but you know, I wasn't gonna like, you know, start fucking wrecking the shop. And he goes like, do you want me to like take you to the hospital, or do you want me to ring an ambulance and stuff like that? And I'm like, oh no, actually I have a gig here in like 5 minutes I really need to get to.
Was that when or it was in the black box big room, or was that still in like the green room?
No, it was in the green room. So it was I think it was a Kill Your Darlings a wee while ago, like, but I remember going like, this is probably the most rock star I'm ever going to get, and it wasn't even remotely rock star.
Who was that guy that broke his leg and continued to sing on stage? It was
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, yeah.
How did I forget that was Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
your guy that used to be in Nirvana.
Yeah. I know. But I was thinking, because we got a whole load of questions, so we might as well stick into them early on here. First one.
do you give the people who ask the questions, do you say their names?
So if we know them.
Okay. Excellent.
So sometimes if the guest doesn't know them, I won't say their name.
Okay.
But for example, the first one. I'll let you guess who asked this.
Okay.
Best West Ham football match you've watched?
Kieran Franco.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that wasn't even like there was no breath between that.
He's always at the forefront of my mind.
Everyone's
the best one in person, or the best one I've watched?
Fucking either or. I don't know. I didn't write the question.
Clarify, Kieran. Just to let everybody know, I'm a West Ham fan.
Big Joe Cole fan.
Jesus, yeah, Joe Cole, remember him?
That was the last time I watched football.
Jesus Christ.
He played for Chelsea, I'm pretty sure, when they still were sponsored by Fly Emirates. Sort of gone.
Right, so in person, actually both these two games West Ham have lost. Oh, really? So you can probably tell what it's like to be a West Ham fan. The first one was 2005, 2006. It was that game against Tottenham where we lost like 4-3 or something like that. Right. Tevez's first goal for West Ham. He scored the free kick, and ever since then, I'm going to call my son Carlos when he's born. 110%.
Carlos Robinson is wild. It's actually kind of suits, you know.
Yeah. No, I might actually change my surname to Tevez just to try and make it sound a little bit more Argentinian.
Like boiling him with a kettle in the neck. Jesus Christ.
Oh my fucking Christ. That is niche football knowledge that you know that.
Again, this is when I watched football. Me couldn't name you
Jesus,
Mbappe who, what? But like, someone said, "Do you watch that match Ronaldo play?" I was like, "Who's Ronaldo?"
yeah, which one? The
I know
the 1998 World Cup. I know.
Exactly. Last time I watched football, Chelsea played Man United in the Champions League final. That was
2008.
yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and it was in Moscow. It was
Yeah, you ran that off too quick, man.
Yeah, no, like the Champions Leagues from that era are always classics in my mind. Like, but the best West Ham game I've ever been to was the FA Cup final when they got beat by Liverpool. Yeah, in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. Yeah, it's the first time I cried over sport.
Really?
Yeah, it hurt. Yeah.
Mine basically was that fucking 2008 one because I remember coming into school and I was the only one who was a Chelsea fan at the time. A Man United
Really?
one.
I could. This isn't meant to be an insult, but I could tell from your personality that you're a Chelsea fan.
I'm just too loud and annoying. Don't know when to get out of your
Possibly racist. Who knows?
I know. Yeah, I still don't even know. Sometimes I have intrusive thoughts that sometimes I let win. Like, I swear to God.
Oh, those are the intrusive thoughts that you're talking about that you don't want recorded.
Exactly. That's what I was saying to the other guys. I was saying to Pete and Kieran about how every episode someone will slip out something either racist or like homophobic or something, and whenever the Patreon starts in 2031, I might just combine like a 40-minute video of just everyone being racist or homophobic and just ruin everyone's career in one go.
Oh God.
So yeah, I was thinking about dropping that soon. But, I know someone actually mentioned something to me that I said that was racist one day. It was like the 4th episode. And it was someone turned around and said something about like an Indian Superman, and I said Vinderlooperman, and I went, Jesus fucking Christ, and a guy said it to me like 2 weeks later and went, Vinderlooperman, and I went, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't want to be known for this.
I was like, why are you saying that racist shit, bro? And he was like, you said that in the podcast, and I went, oh right, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, no, I can get why you would think I'm a Chelsea fan. Dad's a big Chelsea fan. Named my sister Chelsea as well. Jesus Christ.
Seriously?
Yeah, he went all out in it. You're a big sports fan all round, aren't you?
Yeah, huge.
What would be your like forte for like, you know, what sport would you be like, right, this is my favorite one, this is the most knowledge I have? Is it probably football then, or
between football and ice hockey, but I love rugby as well. But the past about maybe 3 years really getting into hurling,
right?
Yeah, which is, you know, keep them guessing, you know.
I know, you don't know whether he's a Protestant or Catholic.
I know, exactly. I'm fluent.
And you play for the East Belfast GAA, don't you?
Now, I'm going to set the record straight here.
He loves hurling, but the prawn ones.
Yeah, I want my dad to talk to me in the afterlife, so I haven't fully committed. No, so I am a social member of East Belfast GAA.
Right.
I am not an active participant. I'm sounding like Jerry Adams in the fucking 70s here.
I was associated with East Belfast GAA.
But no, I don't actually play. I puck about all the time with Darren and stuff like that, Darren Matthews. But yeah, so, and there was a guy doing one of the newbie nights at the PAV.
Right.
And he had a broken hand. I don't know if you were there that night.
I was there that night, yes.
And I was one of the like experienced acts that go up like as a buffer in between all of you guys. And I do that bit that about me playing hurling for East Belfast, and he comes up and goes like, "Oh, Jordan, I play too, and this is how I got my broken hand. I've never seen you there." And I felt so called out. I was just like, "Is this beef? Are we having beef now?"
Oh my God. No, I'd have just been like, "Oh, sorry." It's like it's like Batman. You know, you never see you and the East Belfast GA in the same room. It's like I own a kit, but like, you know.
Oh fuck!
I have the pair of socks, like the knee-high socks.
Oh yeah, true. True.
I went to a Belfast Giants game there a week or two ago. They were playing.
I saw that. Yeah.
Dundee Stars.
I was there,
and they played very well, and that's saying something. I'm sorry, I know I'll get fucking jumped after saying that. But
oh really?
Yeah. Every time I've went to see them, they've got stuffed.
Oh, is this like? I find there's a negative connotation and stuff like that with people from this country. And sporting achievements. Yeah. Because we always like to go like, we're shite, but we're us.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? But yeah, no, it's kind of weird when
are we ice hockey team?
yeah, it's so weird that like the Giants or Belfast itself has a successful like team that plays against people in different countries and stuff like that, and you're just going like this.
Out of every sport, weird. Like when was the last time you heard like the fucking, you know, Belfast NBA team, like, you know?
Yeah, Belfast Stars. Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. It is pretty much just the Giants and Ulster Rugby.
Would you go to most of their matches then, or like?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. I used to have a season ticket when I was a kid, but with gigging all the time, I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. That it's getting steeper and steeper every year to get it. I'm just missing more and more games, so there's no real point. But at the start of the season, when you're going to like fucking 5 games in like 5 weeks, you're going like, really feel like I probably should have saved some money here and got a season ticket.
So sick of looking at that subway cannon.
Yeah, it's the only thing. I spend so much money on tickets. That's how I eat.
You fucking guys got plants scattered around. You're like, bring me this sandwich now. But yeah, no, it's so Americanized though as well.
Yeah,
I laughed whenever the other team scored. It went to penalties in the end, and then the one in penalties. I'll put like, to be fair, that part's fucking intense. I was like, the penalties shots are way better than football penalties. Like,
oh yeah, true.
They get to do the whole wee run up and all.
Yeah,
Class.
the MLS used to have that kind of thing where their penalties were taken from like
the halfway line. You run up.
Yeah, it was like, I'm not sure if it was as far as the halfway line, but yeah, they used to run up. It was so fucking weird. Like,
right? What's name? Is that Major League?
Major League Soccer over in America.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is, yeah. It's like, it's just them not understanding the decorum of the gentleman's game.
We do American stuff, but yeah, no, it was just it is all very Americanized. The other team scored, dead silence.
Oh yeah.
Our team scored, they were like, Blur song 2 playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, one-sided as hell. Like, these guys are guests. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They're just treating these guys like shit. People were like, one of the guys got sent off. There was like 2 scraps, like full on, like, and that, like, again, they don't really do that in the sense of like banned enforcers and stuff. Is that like a
well, they haven't really banned enforcers. The game's just kind of naturally kind of progressed to the fact where it's like more skillful players and stuff like that, rather than
just having 2 big fucking meatheads at the side waiting to jump out.
True, but those were like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nostalgic for those days. I miss that quite a lot.
We're just numb to it because of MMA now. So.
Oh yeah, true, exactly. It's like, what, you're not getting C or CTE or CET for your sport.
Exactly.
You're not even trying, bro.
I know, but the guy got like sent off because he was like going to get a penalty, but then he was like the one that initiated the fight or whatever, and he was like walking off, and all like the Giants fans standing above like the wee doorway or like the wee hallway to walk out, just throwing shit at him, and I was like, chill out, like fucking hell, he did not deserve that shit. Yeah, he was like giving them the finger on the way out, and all. I was like, this game's intense, I need to come to more of these.
Oh yeah. It like, even when it gets to like closer to like playoff time and stuff like that, it does get a little bit more heated.
People are diehards for it, like. Yeah. But I had another question here. This one is from the photographer that was down on Sunday. He says, what 3 people would you choose to have breakfast, lunch and dinner with, dead or alive? I'm assuming that might mean, that's very vague, Ross, I'm sorry. What 3 people would you have dinner with? That's what I'll just say.
Okay, so breakfast and lunch at the window?
Whatever you want.
How many courses is this dinner?
Because I might want to have cereal with fucking Richard Pryor, but he like lunchtime is more of a Gene Wilder man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know. I remember one of the best questions I ever got asked from like coming on a podcast, where it's like, if you could have 2 gay uncles, who would they be? So I'm going to answer that question instead.
I like that one.
Stephen Fry and David Hyde Pierce.
Fair enough.
Those would be 2 people, my 2 gay uncles that I would bring to dinner, and one more, dead or alive.
Brenton Gleeson and Colin Farrell.
Oh, they count as one person. Just extra hyphenated. Now, fuck it, Hitler. Why not? We'll say Hitler.
Hitler is a gay uncle.
Yeah. Oh no, not that him being my gay uncle. that would be weird, wouldn't it?
Jesus Christ!
Imagine being related to Hitler.
The Jews, like, there's no, like, you'll just.
There you go. That's the anti-Semitism takeoff.
There we go. No, I was joking about it being like all these like different clips. 90% of it's me, but I'm too comfortable with this mic in front of me.
Turning into the Northern Irish Alex Jones here.
Oh, fuck off! Jesus Christ! I watched a clip on him the other day, and they were talking about like school shootings, and he just went into this whole big rant about like he'd obviously just got very fed up with like everyone like blaming him for the school shootings, and he goes, "No, I shot those kids. I went into the school. I shot the fucking kids." And I was like, right. Like, he was like obviously being like ironic about it. He was like, or if you're going to blame me, let's just fucking fully blame me for it, And the guy was just like stunned. He was like, how the fuck did I even ask a question now? He was like, no, I shot kids. And everyone was like,
Was this like an interview?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was like Mad TV or something, you know, something wild like that.
Fucking hell.
And the guy was like some wee like snooty college kid, being like, you know, trying to do the whole fucking, you know,
Gotcha journalism kind of
yeah,
thing.
fucking Ben Shapiro shit. And he was just asking him these like dodgy ass questions, and he just got fed up halfway through it and started just fucking laying into him. And I was like, what the hell? You're speaking of racism. I don't want to forget about this. Did you see Conor McGregor? They're trying to cancel him.
I think I did see this. It was the Halloween costume, right?
Yeah, his mum's Halloween costume.
Now, if I am responsible for my mum's actions,
Yeah.
I will also be cancelled.
I've heard my mum say the N-word 3 times this week. That's not a lie. With their Halloween costume, it's whenever I'm trying to type. Oh, look at that. Results are changing quickly. Yeah. Right. Okay. Just talk so much yourselves there. Oh yeah. Fucking hell. Like, I didn't actually see the actual photo of it.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed like a voodoo witch doctor, like full on
Blackface as well.
I'm pretty sure that's like this year as well, because she's standing beside him in one of the photos, and he's wearing like that costume he was wearing this year. For one, that's on his Instagram story, so he posted it.
That is on Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like actually like screenshotted from his Instagram story.
It's on his Instagram still.
Is it? He didn't give a fuck.
It's
like.
still on.
See, like, that's the costume he dressed as like a pilot or something, and like his mum's just beside him in that photo, full Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, like.
That.
That's proper shoe polish as well. It's not even like
that is.
Where does he? Like,
I am actually at a loss for words. I don't actually know what to say.
we can't even make a clip out of this, 'cause it's like it's the most hectic thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, no, that's fucking Conor McGregor's mum's one of my gay uncles. Swear to God, something about that with just Irish mums not giving a fuck.
Oh yeah, true.
Like, you know,
or Northern Irish mums in my mum's case. My mum would have an aneurysm if you referred to her as Irish.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I know. Like, my mum is Catholic as hell, but she doesn't know the difference. Like, she doesn't. She's not political in the way that she's like, she has knowledge of it, but she's like, if you were like, oh, Protestant, she'd be like,
yeah.
You know, my dad's a Protestant, but whatever. Sorry, God, don't think she understands what he meant by it. But I seen a good question earlier. Hold on, wait there. This is very professional, isn't it? Yeah. So, oh yeah, if you could go back in time, what?
My answer is probably going to be revolving around Hitler, whatever this is.
If you could go back in time and show one of your favorite music artists any song, what would it be? Hitler.
So okay. So
Let's show him anything to do with Big Mouth.
this is actually a great question.
Yeah, like it's very niche. I seen that earlier, and I was like, that's a good one. Thank you for.
I'm feeling like I feel like it's going to be Kurt Cobain, and it would probably
show him like Lil Pump.
No, actually, no. It's like show him some of the like Foo Fighters things. Like, this is what your mate happened.
This is what happens when you fucking
get killed by your girlfriend. Allegedly.
I love that conspiracy. I might actually like just do a whole episode on that. But
yeah, that it is quite interesting. There, I watched that documentary by, was it Nick Broomfield that did it?
It's like, called Bleach or something.
No, that was Soaked in Bleach. It was like Kurt and Courtney. This was one back in, like, I was about to say the 80s. That definitely wasn't the 80s because it happened in the 90s.
He's watching his own documentary, like,
like,
you went back in time and showed him his documentary.
Yes, no, that's 100% what I would do. I would show him the last podcast on the left episode about the death of Kurt Cobain. So, like,
I know, I'm showing Tupac every movie made about him.
And then he'll just kill himself.
Like, you know your mate Suge Knight, bro? Watch out for that.
Yeah, it's like,
he's a bit of a snake. But, Courtney's a bit of a snake. Yeah, I think I would go back. I think it would probably be to do with rap music, because it's probably been the thing that's changed the most over the years.
Oh yeah, true.
Like, I'd say, like, I don't know if you are a big rap fan or whatever, but like,
I dabble.
You dip down.
I dip a toe or two.
Test the waters with it, but I would go back and show like 80s Dr. Dre, like some shit from like last week, you know. I would love to, like, whatever the best thing is now, I would love to show like you know, NWA. Like,
To me, recent rap music is still Childish Gambino.
oh really?
Am I out of touch with the kids?
See, are you touching kids? That's
Let's not isolate that.
That's the clip. I was waiting for a clip to come up. I like Childish Gambino, so I can't really. And I'm very like, there's this new girl on the scene, Ice Spice is called.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice, and it's pretty much cultural appropriation because she's got a ginger afro. So, she'll be hearing from my lawyer about that. I was going to give a fake name there, but it would be very niche. But she's like this whole thing, and it feels like every other like rapper that comes out now is like an industry plant, you know. Like, it feels like every single one of them that comes out and is just famous and has no back catalog, or like, you know, when like everyone else gets famous and there's like 4 or 5 albums before they even got like put near the charts. And I don't know what the hell, like, it's like a weird ass like thing. So I'd love to go back and show like Dr. Dre, you know, like 80s, like where he's like discovering like Eazy-E and like, you know, Ice Cube and stuff, like the people who like basically invented it. You know, and just be like, here is Ice Spice. you know. So, how do you feel about Smoke Perp?
Yeah, like what's his name? I saw him at a gig when I was living in Australia, and it was the Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. That is interesting music.
There was
to say the least.
Yeah, we low-key like Lil Yachty. Whenever we're drinking with one, he has this new song called was it Poland? And it's just him going, I took the walk to Poland. And when we were driving to Derry in William's car, it kept coming on and he couldn't skip it. And William was like having an aneurysm trying to skip this song. And it's because it's the most chaotic song ever, but it's wild shit. Like, but yeah, no, that's either that or something like, you know, like a Motley Crue. Where like, you know, you go back and show them like
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, this is who plays you, Tommy Lee, in a movie. You know, did you ever see that photo of Tommy Lee's dick that he posted?
I did, and I wrote so much material about it, and it's just like, I don't know. I actually felt like I dreamt it. Yeah. Like it didn't actually happen.
Because it stayed up for so long as well. I think the Instagram people were like, oh,
ooh.
Keep it away.
Exactly.
Don't get rid of it yet. Don't get rid of it.
Yeah, but I had stuff, and the day that it happened, I was on, I think it was Lavery's that night.
Yeah.
I was like, this is perfect. And when I went up and talked about it, it was like half the crowd knew, and half the crowd was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
A lot of the Lavery's crowd is a bit younger as well. I say younger, they're all in like early 20s, but like, so I doubt any of them know who like Tommy or Pam is. You know,
yeah,
so.
True. Although technically, should I know? I mean, like, I know because like they're just big kind of like pop icon kind of people, but apart from that, I don't really think I should know.
Really, what music would you listen to? Like, just
my favorite band growing up was Kiss.
Kiss, yeah. So you do like a bit of like.
No, I will go to my grave loving Kiss, but also being slightly embarrassed about it.
Yeah, like Kiss is very. It's very clean cut. They're like
they're very corporate rock.
Yeah, like it's like, you know, they look the craziest, but they're also like, my name's Gene Simmons, you know, like
he's not Australian number one.
I was trying to do Marty Gleiberman from fucking Big Mouth. Andrew, but I don't know. Like again, I went the complete opposite. My favorite band growing up was Motley Crue, so it was like, you know, reeling lines of coke off, you know, Ozzy Osbourne's dick compared to like.
True.
You know, where Kiss were in bed before the crowd had even left.
Exactly. They're just going out for an encore with the fucking nightcaps on and shit like that.
Long ass tongues, to be fair, like, so.
Yeah, well, you see, this is another musical conspiracy theory that Gene Simmons had, like...
Prosthetic tongue?
Yeah, prosthetic, like, I don't know, like ligaments from a fucking cow tongue or something put into his own tongue.
To make it longer?
Yeah.
Like surgically, or like...
Apparently so.
Like, you know, like a condom where he just like wrapped it around it, or like...
Personally, I don't subscribe to it, but it's out there.
I know what I'm doing off this. When this Patreon money comes in, fucking... Me just licking my own neck. It's like, oh, sorry, you've got something in your chest there. Right. Oh, fucking hell, that's disgusting.
It's so much handier, you don't have to wipe yourself after you eat a Greg's.
I heard someone say one time, whenever you eat like a breakfast pop, you get something called the egg banjo, where like, you know, you eat it, spills down your top, one hand out here and the other hand's doing this. And I was like, that's the most dad joke I've ever heard in my life. But I'm going to my grave with that one. Like, put that on my fucking tombstone, just me like this.
Very dad-esque.
Turn me into a fucking stuffed animatronic. just doing that.
Send me to Disney World. It is a small world after all.
Small bop after all. That's my sex tape name. What's the funniest nickname someone gave you when you were younger?
So I went to a pretty fancy school.
Right.
And there's a lot of different religions, nationalities, all in my boarding school. And one of the guys called me Attila the Hun.
I like that one.
Because he was very sectarian, but he was very smart.
Yeah. When there's like whenever there's hatred backed up with knowledge, that's usually whenever that's when people get fucked up. Like, you know?
This is how Sammy Wilson gains power. But yeah, there was also Peter Porker, which hurt. What other ones were there? There's not. I tried to give myself one.
Yeah.
Like I used to.
Whenever it's
the worst.
It turns out sad. Whenever you're like, I tried to give myself Shifty in school.
No, I remember going around my first year classes like, yeah, my name's Jordan, but like everybody else calls me Raptor.
As if you ever watched Drill the Tailor.
No, it's just because I like watched Jurassic Park 3 and I was like, oh, these guys are cool.
Drill the Tailor, he's like, call me T-Bone. So everyone's like, no, I'm not calling you T-Bone.
That's not something someone would do.
No. I used to try and get people to call me Shifty, which was and I was like, oh, wasn't we Shifty character? So like, but people would just it ended up like an ironic nickname.
Oh yeah,
so,
and
like,
it just stuck.
It was like first year, second year whenever I was trying to do that, and then by like, you know, I was like working for a year or two. I was like maybe 18, and people were like Shifty, and I was like, kill me. You know?
Genuinely, like my brother's nickname in boarding school was Sleepy.
Sleepy, right?
Very original. To this day, I will meet someone who was in boarding school with, like, me and my brother was in boarding school with it at the same time, and they'll be like, oh fucker, Sleepy's brother. And I'm like, hello, I have my own autonomy. I'm my own person.
I can't imagine someone from fucking boarding school being like, Sleepy's brother.
Yeah, but genuinely this happened, and I was like opening for Colin that night, and he goes like, oh my god, there's Sleepy's brother. It's not the guy that opened for Colin Geddes, it is the brother of Sleepy.
The brother of Sleepy, Attila the Hun. I know. That's scary whenever like someone like a mean kid had like any sort of like knowledge of like history or whatever, because then the nicknames did end up like bad. There was one in my school that was pretty bad. Fucking right, okay, say that and then not remember what it is. But mine always used to be Justin the Dustbin. And
rhyming couplets, I like it.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But and then my mates like recently discovered it. I thought I like got rid of it, and one of my mates were like Dustbin, and I went, no, it's like PTSD. I was like, it's back.
Like you're going back into Nam.
Yeah, I was like, he was twitching and all. I was in bars trying to fight the staff and all. Like, you don't know where I've been. But, yeah, that was a weird one. I was talking about this before, but there was a couple of guys and I was doing that like it just reminded me because I was doing that gig in McGee there, and I was like, I'm from Craigavon. I start off every fucking set with that, and these guys went, yeah, and I went, the fuck was that about? And he goes, we're from Craigavon, and I turned around and I was like, oh, where he's from? And he goes, Moraverty, and that's like a street like fucking over there. Just give away my fucking geographical, you know, location. But I was like, oh fuck, hide your wallets, and he goes, he's not wrong. And I was like, fucking hell. But that street Moraverty, growing up, there was a guy in it called Mincer. Because
he just loved mince pies.
He literally, he was like sent out to like get to the shop to get like bread and milk or something by his mum, and he just fucking never came back with like the change or anything. He just came back with like a load of mince pies and sat in the curb outside the school.
Serious?
Then there was I got fucking clipped. For
that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have seen 15. Like.
It would have been one of them fucking scenes are like, you know, the new Steven Seagal videos where like he's just like slopping the people in the face like that. You know, it would have been just like that, me walking up the stairs getting clipped. But yeah, and then there was another guy called Rhino. I'm gonna get jumped for this because they still live around here. But a guy called Rhino, where he was getting chased by the cops, ran clean through a fence and kept going like a garden fence, you know, like a 6-foot picket fence.
That is a fucking cool story.
I was like, that's
a nickname you want.
No, exactly. That's like he was like, call me Rhino, and everyone went, okay.
That is the origin story of the Rhino from Spider-Man.
I swear to God, like. Where's he now? He's in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
robbing banks.
Yeah, he's doing 25 to life at Rikers Island.
I'm gonna get this Spider-Man. It's weird he had a Brooklyn accent growing up.
Exactly, in Lurgan of all places.
No. But yeah, no, that was there's other ones like there's a guy's last name's Campbell. He's called Soup.
Oh yeah, Soupy. Yeah.
That's what other nicknames is there around here? There's like some mad ones. Chico's real name isn't Chico, believe it or not.
What?
He's called Francisco, which sounds like the nickname. Chico, remember that phase where you tried to introduce yourself as Francisco to people and no one would have it?
But no one gives a fuck.
Chico's the one where like people were like, "No, your name is Chico." Like,
Yes, sir. Sorry.
yeah. Your sister nicknamed you that, didn't she?
I think it was my parents or my sister
right,
when I
yeah.
was younger.
Was it from Chico Time fame or?
It could have been, yeah. 'Cause that's what everyone says to me is Chico time. And I have fucking PTSD from it.
It's your fucking email address as well.
ChicoTime@gmail.com.
Literally.
He near gave away his fucking password and all on this fucking podcast one time. But yeah, he was like, "Yeah, it's Chico123." But yeah, wait there. I'm trying to just. Again, I'm always shite with the questions here. This is right. What's an irrational fear you have? Do you have any like mad ones that people would like make fun of you if you found out?
Nope.
That's why I'm
I
not
had a
clipped.
biology teacher in Methody. That was I went to Methody. Cat's out of the bag. I went to Methody, and my biology teacher had a phobia of cotton wool.
Right.
Hilarious. So every year, you know, when they were doing like pranks at the end of the year, all the sixth
Yeah.
form, he was also a boarding master.
Oh,
And
right.
They covered like he had like his own like kind of like apartment place inside the school, and they covered the door handles and all around the door in cotton wool.
That's fucking mean.
That is to this day I remember seeing that, and like they did loads of other shit like order like loads of taxis and loads of
Yeah.
pizzas to the quad, and there was like 80 taxis in the fucking quad, like, and just
Jesus Christ.
no one going anywhere. But that one I was just like, man, you're fucking with a guy's livelihood there.
His wife left him after that. Fucking. He
yeah,
worked
it
in a
was-
boarding school. He didn't have a wife. But you know, that is a weird one. I can't imagine someone like coming up with you, like, you know, fucking with like a spool of like you know, fucking thread. That's weird. Mine used to be. I recently got over it because I was sick and I had no other choice. I used to be afraid of baths. And,
Oh, you have talked to the perfect man.
Why?
Now, I've talked to other comedians about this, and they say this is weird. But I have about 2 baths a day.
Right.
And I've been told this is unusual behavior.
2 baths a day.
2 baths a day, one in the morning, one at night.
Right.
And I have, like, if I was going out to, like, gig or if I was doing a podcast or stuff like that, I'd have a shower.
Yeah.
But, like, the majority of the time I've spent
If a
in my
bit of
house
time, like you'll
thinking
take a
times in the bath.
bath.
And, yeah, so apparently that's weird. Sean McAlevey said that was weird.
Right. Sean, you dirty bastard.
And every other comedian I've talked to has said it's weird also, but he was the first.
1 a day is normal, but 2 I think is like excessive.
Oh yeah, everyone says that. Like,
That's-
even people who live in my house go like, Jordan, what are you doing?
Like, would you take like a hot bath then?
Oh
or,
yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah. Like scold the skin off you.
How do you have
hot.
good skin then? What's going on here? What's like?
Who knows? Maybe that's the key. Hot baths.
Yeah, tell Mickey that for fuck's sake. I swear to God. Yeah, but no, the fear I had of it was always like I watched an episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy when I was younger, and they got sucked down the drain, and after that I was like, "Fuck, like a shark's not in there." And I remember genuinely being like 8 years old after I got my first shower when I was like 8, as in first time I wasn't in the bath, and I was like, I'm an
Yeah,
adult now.
graduated. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know, I'm gonna get a shower now. After that, I was like, this is kind of handy, you know. I was like, I don't have to like fucking run it and all. But after that, like, I developed this weird fear. I was like, if I'm sitting in a bath, even a hot tubs, I feel weird in. I'm like, something's gonna suck me down there. Like that drain is gonna take me. And then the scene out of Ghostbusters also, and maybe the second one where.
Never seen it.
Have you not? Oh my God!
And recently only saw Ghostbusters for the first time like a couple of years ago.
What do you think of it?
It was good.
Yeah, it's an 80s movie. Like, you know?
Yeah, but like everybody's going like, why don't? It's like you have a nostalgic feeling for it. I don't.
Yeah, that's true. Well, again, I'm fucking early 20s, so it's not like I even existed whenever it came out. Like, but
True.
neither
Neither did I, to be fair. Like,
I don't know. I have a weird like thing for like 80s nostalgia. Again, favorite band. You know, I love the Karate Kid movies. I love the fucking
another movies I've never seen.
metal.
Only recently saw the Terminator series. Big fan of that.
Yeah, it's
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What other ones? I've already found out Pete has never watched The Matrix. Have you ever watched that?
I watched it. Do you remember it was like when everything was easing in terms of like restrictions during lockdown, and they just started bringing out classic movies in the cinema
Yeah,
because nothing was getting made.
yeah. Oh yeah, and they brought The Matrix back. Out,
Yeah,
the
so
first one.
that's and I was just like,
Yeah. You're a big cinema goer as
Oh,
well,
yeah, yeah.
You go on your own, don't you?
Yeah.
That's fucking ballsy.
All
That's,
the time.
That's big dick energy. Like.
I much prefer it that way. 100%.
And do
I
you have,
I
like,
love movies, so.
Do you have like a specific cinema? No, well, you know. What?
I'm just going to give the wrong cinema. Banger. I go to Banger Cinema.
He's big Dundonald fan. So.
But no, Dundonald's actually the one I go to.
I fucking hate Dundonald Cinema. I always go
I
there
quite
because,
like it.
to be fair, that would be the closer one to you. Bar, like,
No, Dan Patrick.
yeah, that's
not
what I
Dan Patrick.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick's closest geographically, but the one I use
be
most
fair,
is probably Dundonald.
because it's like sort of country where you live. It'd be hard to pinpoint where you are anyway.
Yeah,
It's
true,
like-
exactly.
But I'm just narrowing
Yeah.
it down even further here. I'm like, and there's that
Exactly.
road with the sign that's. But no, like it's. Yeah, Dundonald I went to see whenever they re-released the Spider-Man movie there,
Mhm.
that fucking No Way Home one, and it was just like with extra clips in it, but it was just like 10 minutes of them talking, that was it.
Classic.
Yeah, it wasn't like any extra like cool scenes or anything, you know. I thought it was going to be more Green Goblin just being like fucking weird, but it wasn't. But we went to see it, and it was just what you would expect from East Belfast. Like the place was hectic. It was just people just throwing
is-
popcorn out.
It is one of the busiest cinemas that you
Yeah.
can go to. Like
You know, Blue Chicago's beside that, isn't it?
Blue Chicago, you got is it Dino's?
It's one of them like
The-
chain
yeah.
restaurants where like the dinosaurs on it. Or...
Yeah, and it's across. They have that in Craigavon
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
It's called
they.
Bubba Drew's here.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice.
I've been once or
Sponsors.
twice. Fucking years ago, like.
The like.
No, Bubba Drew's.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I can't picture you in this end of the country.
No,
like.
because my ex girlfriend used to live in Armagh,
Oh really? Yeah.
and this is kind of it isn't, but we
It
said
isn't.
it was halfway between
Yeah,
both
I
our
getcha.
houses, so
It makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, if we were going to go to the movies, it would probably be there.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
There used to be a cinema in Lurgan, and I'm pretty sure Sean Haggerty used to work in it as well.
Classic.
And it was like the most like it was the size of this room. You know,
Oh shit!
there was like one screen in it, and the people that worked in it were just pure zombies. Like, I remember being like 8 or 9, going to see like fucking like Finding Nemo or something, you know, and it was like the people in the cinema. I remember looking at them as a child and thinking, Jesus Christ.
There has to be more than this.
I was like, fucking, I didn't know that, your wages came with heroin, but
No, that's what they spend their wages on. Which
Lurgan. But
is heroin a big thing in Lurgan?
I know of people who have like, but they didn't. Well, I know people who have died from it,
Fuck.
but they didn't do it here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. People probably fucking listen to this and know them as well. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was like they went on like holiday or like to Amsterdam or something, and shit like that. But I don't know if it's like actually. You don't get a lot of junkies around here. You get like fucking people who love their their marching powder, the Colombian stuff, and they love the giggly bush, like That's
Giggly, but that's the first time.
That's Adam Lachlan. I'm sorry, I heard him say that one day, and I cried.
It's like
off
that's
it.
mine now.
Yeah, I claim this, Adam. But yeah, I know that people love their ease around here as well.
Oh yeah.
You can't go to me, Kieran and Sean went on a night out that when they recorded with Mickey. I just figured I was like, I might as well go out with them. They're only across the road, and we were out, and holy shit, I didn't realize how many people in Lurgan were on ease.
Yeah.
Chins were hitting everything, like breaking windies and all. But yeah. So yeah, welcome to Lurgan.
It's nice. I'm thinking about buying a property here.
Costs you about 40 quid a month.
Hey, it's handy. Yeah, is it? I can't remember who I was talking to, whether it was either Mick or Sean or Pete or someone, but they were like, yeah, it was Darren. Darren Matthews was telling me that like Lurgan and Crumlin were when they people first started moving there, it was just all like kind of Westies who either got put
Oh, yeah,
out.
that's
or...
my set. So, yeah.
That's where I heard it from.
Yeah, it was like a lot of people moved from the West in the like 60s. They were like relocated and given like a sum of money for it. And there's a whole like documentary on it called the Lost City, because Craigavon was supposed to be like maybe even the capital at some point, and it was meant to be bigger than Belfast. And it just ended up being a shopping centre with 4 council estates.
Yeah, it's got Nando's though, right?
Yeah. We had a Five Guys, but no one would buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it still there? Fuck. Yeah, that was a weird choice for Gavin, like.
There's people, you know, like your dole check's not going on fucking a burger and 2 small fries, like, you know.
Exactly. I'll be back in 2 weeks for the other half.
The Five Guys bailiffs fucking coming after you.
It's an okay burger.
Yeah,
but Bonson's much nicer and cheaper.
Bonson's. I like Yo Burger on Lisburn.
Oh
Road.
yeah, I've had that before. It's quite nice.
I really like that. They do merch in there. Like I think Roland Linsky has a bit about that.
That bit is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but like how like sandwich shops do merch, you know, like gatekeeping. I don't want to talk too much about his own bit, like, but
yeah, because we're murdering it right now.
Yeah,
but
we're
like,
butchering the fuck out of it.
It is a fucking.
Us butchers should do merch. Fucking seen as butchery. It's just an apron.
Yeah, I could see that selling.
Yeah, it'd be a good crack. But I was going to ask you. You are to do a work in progress show on the 22nd of November, is it?
The reason why I'm here to plug to plug all this shit. Yes. A new work in progress show that I've kind of been forced to do. Forced to do by myself. Yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde moment.
Oh yeah,
like,
proper. Yeah, it's my
like
PR manager and me. Yeah, no, I just kind of been doing a lot of gigs and stuff like that, and just fancy doing a new show, new material. Yeah. So.
How long is it? An hour or
40 minutes?
40.
So.
Right. Yeah.
And so far, I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got 40.
You've wrote the whole thing then?
Yeah, so we'll see.
So that's in the Sunflower then?
Sunflower, Wednesday the 22nd.
22nd, yeah.
And there is like fucking 7 tickets left.
Oh, really?
So if anybody from Lurgan...
the rest of you drug dealers that listen to this. Just...
Yeah, exactly. Don't spend your money on Five Guys, spend it on me.
7. I was going to say...
7 quid will get you 3 chips.
7 tickets, Jesus Christ. That will get you maybe, you know, a milkshake if rather than spend it in the 7 tickets.
True. But... And what is more nutritiously valuable? My stand-up or Five Guys? Come on.
Here, listen, you know, it's good for the soul, laughter. That's a sign on my auntie's wall.
Live, laugh, love.
And actually, yeah, there's like laughter is the best medicine or something on it, and I'm like, I haven't laughed in this house once.
All my relatives are dying of cancer. It's not the best.
Come to my gig.
Can we just get some chemotherapy up in this bitch, please?
Made fucking.
Have you ever cut anything from the show? That might be the first thing you have to cut.
If you want it, go on, like, but I'll leave it in. But I've only ever cut like things people slobbering about other comedians.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, fucking go for it. Kieran Franco, calling you out. Bro.
He is a ray of sunshine in a dull world.
He is. I love that guy. He was on last week, and holy shit, I was just enjoying every single word he said.
He is really sticking to this mustache thing.
Yeah, he's going full Tom Selleck with it.
Yeah, I quite like it. I mean, like, like if I was just to shave like my beard off and just keep the mustache.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nowhere near 100 feet of a school. Like,
exactly. And also like just burning cars out and fucking sitting in bypass or something like that.
Yeah. You definitely look like you belong to a paramilitary group, but not knowing which one.
Yeah, not a good one. Yeah, I'm in the championship of paramilitaries.
The FA Cup of it.
No, I'm in the Vanarama League Cup of paramilitaries.
You're in the Wrexham of paramilitaries.
Like the Zimbabwean one.
You probably have a t-shirt for some sort of fucking weird niche paramilitary group.
I don't know. I just don't like the music.
But, I don't like the music that you said. It's not my favorite band, but like
I mean, like that's one thing paramilitaries have down, like.
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
That's like I think
their music.
Catholics have their stuff that's written well.
Yeah, it's
and then stuff. Protestants have the remixes.
Oh, so good.
So like, you know, and I think
simply the best. Come on.
Exactly. I was at a wedding one time, You know whose wedding it was, Chico? Inside
Jamie
joke.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And because it was the first ever like full on Protestant wedding I'd ever been to,
Mhm.
and I was like, any money, simply the best comes on at any point. And they were like, why you getting on like that? Why you getting on all Catholic and all? And I was like, no, it's going to come on. I know it is. Fucking dun 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 dun. I was like, oh fuck! I was the first person up for it. I was in the conga line and all, and you know, like there's literally a video of me steaming. I didn't know anyone at that wedding. It was you and your ex was the only person I knew like at the wedding, and I was just in the conga line with like middle-aged women just singing Simply the Best.
Yeah, I used to work in a place where loads of weddings took place,
Right.
and the majority of them would be kind of
Balmoral Hotel.
no, were Protestant weddings, and it's like that's the kind of like, you know, the way they have like the iceberg kind of scales,
Yeah.
but like when you're getting down to like playing penny arcade and stuff like that, you're going like, okay, now we're cooking.
You're hitting like the deep stuff, you know.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah, the deep cuts.
yeah.
But it's one of those weird things where I'm just like, I never want to I never want to get married. I never want to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
I'm just so fucking done
Oh,
with
so
the
you-
whole thing of weddings.
So, oh yeah, because of obviously working with it, yeah.
Like,
Same, like I worked in a
literally-
call center,
yeah.
and every time I have to fucking pick
Yeah,
up the phone,
yeah.
I want to jump off something.
Yeah, man, I'm shit at like fucking calling people as well. I'm just like, a text will do.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of iffy. I was like earlier, I was like, here's my number, text me or whatever the fuck you want, because I know what it's like. Every time someone answers the phone to me, I have to like hold the speaker back here. I hate answering. See, whenever like, ugh. Anyway, because I worked in me and Pete worked in the same call center at one point,
Oh, fuck.
and it was one in Lurgan. Fuck them, it was the most grim thing ever. It was like customer service for EE. And it was like dealing with people's like bills, and it was just English people going like, my fucking bill's too high, and you're like, thanks, and you're in the wrong country, you're in Jamaica right now. But no, he was the worst one I ever got was a guy calling through, and it was his wife calling through on his account, and she was like, oh, why is there 400 quid on my bill this month? Like, it's usually like 60 quid or whatever, and now it's 460. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, oh, there's some extra charges here. He was ringing through to like Babe Station or like something like, you know, like
That
something
old
like
chestnut.
and because it gave us the name of it on the bill, and she was like, what are these charges? I want them taken off. And I was like, I think I might need to speak to your husband for this. And she goes, no, he's at work. I'm the one, like I'm the account holder or whatever. And he was like, or she was like fuming and like calling me everything, going, fix this. And I was like, do you want to know what it is? And she was like, yeah. And because she called me a name at one point, I went, they're ringing Babe Station, like your husband's ringing Babe Station, and you have to fucking just put up with that. And she like was like, right. And she was like, and there's nothing you can do about that. And I was like, unfortunately not. I could have. I was like, I could have took away 300 quid off that for her. And I was like, because you're being a cunt, I'm letting your husband deal with his fucking wrath. Like, so yeah, that was a weird ass thing.
I'm looking forward to listening to this recording back and just you bleeping out the fact that you used to work for EE, that it was in a call center. And
What are they gonna do? They're not the mafia, like, you know. They're not O2. Fuck's you know? Fucking EE show up at the house with bots. Hey, you want to keep talking? Loose lips, you know. But, yeah. I know. Have you ever had any weird jobs? We'll end up on this here because we're hitting an hour here. So
yeah, I was a security guard in a place that used to do autopsies.
right, I think you told me about this before. Right, that's fucking. And
Yeah, this is a good story to end on.
this is where your necrophilia.
No, let's not do this, Justin. No, I used to. It was like it's like a company like G4S or something like that.
Right, yeah.
But over in Australia, and it's
Oh, so did you like live over there then? Right, how long was that for?
first went over in like 2005.
Right.
And then my dad bought a house over in like Fiji, which was weird.
You're fucking upper class.
I was thought I'm really not. Like my family are, but I'm really not.
Jesus.
And I went to the opening of the first ever McDonald's in Suva, which is the capital of Fiji.
Really? And the opening of it was they
Yeah.
were like serving like fucking sushi and
No, yeah. You think it's going to be something pretty cool, but it was like all these like Fijian people didn't give a fuck.
Filet-O-fish or
Fijian people did not give a fuck, and
Oh,
I'm like,
right,
I've been to the one in Ballyhack. It's fine.
Dundonald, but no, they're like Fiji's like very like their natives are just very, you know, like Hawaiians kind of people, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's the most
so-
racist thing I'll say today. But
An awful lot like Hawaiians, aren't they? No, they're yeah, Didn't have any bad experiences. Thought it was great.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
they're very like they love their own food and stuff, and you know, like
Oh yeah, well, it's kind of weird because they love spam,
oh, do they? Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure is not Fijian.
yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just they love like fucking luncheon meat or whatever it is.
yeah.
Or
enough.
it's very popular. It's very popular there.
That's
Oh, but yeah, sorry. Back to the
Yes,
job. So
Tangent.
went over there in 2015, and I was living in a van with my friend Corey, and
it's the most Australian name ever.
he- he-
fucking Corey.
he was actually from Arkansas, but like living in Belfast. And he went over, and I just got out of a bad relationship, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going too." Ended up going out there, and he got a job, and then yeah, I just kind of sorted it out, and it lasted for a couple of weeks. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Do you have any like? So would you like seeing like a dead body now? You wouldn't be like, that's a very like childish question. You like fucking dead bodies and all like, like, but like if you were like, because I know whenever I've been to even like a wake, Catholic, like every time.
Just in case you haven't guessed by now.
Like every time I've seen like the body, I'm like fucking weirded out, and like I have to like stand in the other room. I'm like, what if the nose twitches or something? You know, like things like that. So would you be like numb to that now, or like?
I don't think it was ever an issue for me. I was just always just like, I know that like that's just a dead body. That's just...
Yeah, or I can't imagine you needing security for it though. Like,
No, so the security thing
you're never
was-
getting out of here, you cunts. Fucking.
It wasn't in case they got up. It was the
You
stop.
to the fucking dead body, not the night.
It was to stop
Any ID?
any malpractice or anything from the pathologists. So
Oh really? Yeah.
yes, so it was a more supervisor role than anything
Yeah.
like that.
Oh right, I get you. So like you were like stopping the bed. You were like fucking stop feeling them tits.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
again, I told you I'm too
I
comfortable
was
with this
supervising
microphone.
the autopsy. So, but like, yeah, it was literally just sitting in the corner.
That's a very niche job. That's a very Jesus. I went real Irish there. That's like a very like you would never think that's a job. You know.
Oh yeah.
You
True.
think of like retail.
It's the best paying job I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, if stand up was as consistent, stand up would be better. But
No,
still,
if stand up was like a gig every day. You know? Are you no idea what I was gonna say. Anyway, might actually just wrap it up on that because I might head the Laveries off this for crack. I've seen Williams I'm saying. So have you any other gigs bar the that
I probably have something just.
you know, you're
I
the
don't
fucking
know.
you're
Yeah.
the king of just showing up and being on stage.
Yeah, message my PR manager, which is not me.
It's Darren Matthews.
It is there.
DM.
I genuinely think if Darren Matthews was my manager, I would never work again.
Really?
No, he'd probably book me and him just turn up for the gig. Oh, dear.
Yeah, no, he put me on last in that Sunflower show, and all I had to say was thank God, because bar like you and Claire coming on, it was very open micy. A lot of people trying new material and stuff, and you know, like new. There was a guy, I could forget his name, blanking on his name, Matthew Maxwell. Don't know if you've seen him. He looked like if you know, like he compressed Steve Elliott, and
Jesus.
he was fucking hilarious, but he was very quick. Like he was, you know, very nervous and very like.
Aye.
And it was like maybe like a second ever gig or whatever, and he was just like. I was like, his material's great. Like his material's like the material you would hear from like someone who's doing it a few years, but it was just like nerves making him rattle it out really like low and really like you know fast.
Yeah, that gig on Sunday was kind of weird for me because I went up and did 10 minutes and 4 minutes, and then just did all the new stuff at the end.
Yeah, you were like beating through that as well.
Yeah, it was my second gig that day, and I just needed to like I don't know get through it.
Where else did you do on Sunday?
Accidental Theatre.
Yeah.
Did some improv.
Oh, right.
Comedy.
Class. That you got into that again. I fucking
Yeah, this is another topic. Let's go.
What you got into that originally, didn't you?
Yeah,
Improv,
I started doing improv before stand up.
And where did you like do that? Was it
Accidental Theatre, started there, started doing the courses there, went over to Chicago, did it there, and that's where
Chicago.
And that's kind of where I started doing stand up.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Unreal. Well, that was about 5 years ago. You'd say then.
Yeah, roughly.
Is that including COVID or like?
Oh yeah, including COVID.
Yeah.
Like 2018.
Yeah. And
Something
you
like that.
fucking blew up since. Wild.
That's it.
Names everywhere. I know. That's like fucking Pete as well. Pete started 10 months ago. Fucking everywhere now. It's wild. I don't know where the hell he like came from. Lurgan.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You know, they were just happy to see anything come out of here.
Have we ever seen Pete Giffen and Rhino in the same room together? These are the questions.
Yeah, I'm full on, like, I'm behind this conspiracy theory. Comedians, conspiracy theories. That's what I'm gonna start up a new thing. What would be the main one in the conspiracy theories?
Fuck.
Paddy McDonald isn't real.
Yeah, he's a figment of our imagination.
We're just making him up.
Shane is actually the ghost of Johan Cruyff.
Right. Niche again, but yeah.
For all those fans of 1964 football.
Colin Gaddis is actually just a character Barry the Blender's playing. He like comes home, he can't wait to take off the ball cap and all. He goes, fuck me out, Hardy.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, again. No, fuck it. We'll wrap up on that one then.
Cool.
So, 22nd of November. When will Jordan die is the title of it.
WWJD, yeah, subverting the narrative, as always.
Work in progress show, coming fucking, if there's tickets left after this is put out, I'm hoping to put this out in the next few days here, so if there's any tickets left, fucking scoop them up, and you'll see what the crack is. But thank you very much for coming on. Obviously this has been a very big deal because you were one of the first comedians that helped me get on to the scene. Well, you just pointed me in the direction, but
that way. Away from me.
Literally. And then my first gig, you opened for it, so you're like, oh fuck, he's here. But yeah, no.
I remember. It was. Okay, we'll end on this because it is quite a funny story. I remember I was out the front of Lavery's having a smoke, and you came up to talk to me.
You were in your sisters at the time, and me and the rest of the guys went. It was like the first time Jack and Adam hung about with us outside of like uni and stuff, and Jordan was like standing outside. And obviously you had just been on, it was the first night back after COVID, and you had just been on with like McKearney, Mickey was MCing, and then Gaddis was on.
That was up on the top floor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in like the pool room part of it, or wherever it is now. And you know, like the nightclub part of Lavery's, the one we went to for Adrian's birthday or something. And I thought it was class, but apparently you didn't really enjoy it.
Really didn't like it?
Yeah, Mickey was saying the same thing.
Yeah, the ceiling was too high.
Yeah, big ceilings aren't great. But you were standing outside, and I walked up, awkward as sin, and asked him for a photo. And he was like,
I will never get used to that ever happening.
Who were you standing with at the time?
Brona McGee.
Was that Yeah, fucking hell. You were starting with her, and she went, get a fucking photo of him. And I went, and you were like, I don't know. And she went, get a fucking photo of him now. And you were like, right, okay. And me and all the guys were just starting with like our arms around you, and you in the photo were just like,
yeah, I just,
yeah, I think so. It's somewhere.
Yeah, get that framed.
I should have put it up here somewhere.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
And you still had your long hair at the time as
well.
well.
Oh man, I miss it, man. Yeah. I really do.
Would you ever grow it out like that again?
We are just starting another podcast again, aren't we?
Yeah. This is what we're starting off this user hectic spin-off with Jordan Robinson.
Yeah, no, 100% go it out again, but I'm just, I don't know. I get these kind of things where I'm like, I'll just shave it off today.
You suited the buzz cut too, though. So.
Yeah, true. It's very, I'm a chameleon. I adapt.
Fucking hell. Mystique over here. X-Men reference. But yeah, fuck it. Right, we'll wrap it up on that. Thank you for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Take it easy. The fuck.